Right then, this is going to be the first attempt going through the quests through the Lord of the Rings book. Going to start with the core sets, then see if we get onto the expansions. This is my tea party, Theodred, Eowyn, Aragorn tea. Drawn my starting hand of 6. I'm not always going to show what's in front of the camera because it will take too long, but just to give you an idea of my starting hand. West Road, very good. Celebrian Stone, amazing. Longbeard Orc Slayer, very good. Ancient Matham, really useful. Faramir, great. And Steward of Gondor. It doesn't really matter what the rest of the cards are. You've got Steward of Gondor, so I'm keeping it. But this is a great, great hand. Kind of wish I had it through a harder quest, since this one should be pretty easy anyway. Right, so I'm keeping my start hand. Now it's to set up the quest. So, Flies and Spiders, Passage Through Mirkwood. You are travelling through Mirkwood Forest, carrying an urgent message from King Thranduil to the Lady Galadriel of Lorien. As you move along the dark trail, spiders gather around you. Search the encounter deck for 1 copy of the Forest Spider, 1 copy of the Old Forest Road, enter the staging area, and then shuffle the encounter deck. How exciting. Oh, well there's easy. Forest Spiders on the bottom, and the Old Forest Road was the, whatever the third ultimate card is. In theory, this should be a really easy quest. It's still the easiest one that FFG in the quests I've played, it's the easiest one that there is. But there are still some horrible cards, and particularly in this deck with no healing at all. Really not looking forward to the gaze of the Necromancer, since Eowyn's only got 3 hit points, and she's going to be questing all the time. So. We've done the Old Forest Road and the Forest Spider. Step 2. It's a quote from The Hobbit. How exciting. Cool. So it needs 8 progress to finish. So, first turn. Resources and a card. And it was Guard of the Citadel. Indeed. Right. Well, no brainer. Resource from Theodred and Aragorn spent. Attach Steward of Gondor to Aragorn. You know what, I'll push that up a little bit more, just so. There we go. And then immediately tap Steward of Gondor to gain 2 resources. I'm probably not going to be too stringent on the tapping and straightening of Steward of Gondor, since it's one of those automatically used cards, really. Okie dokie. Could go with Celebrian Stone right away. Which will be useful because it'll get Aragorn that spirit thing, which will get these spirit cards out quicker. Although, of course, someone's going to have to take the bite from the Forest Spider. It's not an easy choice. I haven't really got a strong defender, so I think I'm going to have to... I think Aragorn is definitely going to take a wound if he takes the hit. I don't really want him taking wounds this early, so I think I'm going to go with the Guard of the Citadel. Lucky chap. Right, so, questing. Send Aragorn, Theodred, and Eowyn, and Theodred can give someone his resource, Aragorn spends his resource to ready. The tea party doing what it does best. So at the moment that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threat. 7 willpower against 3 threat, 1 card. Dunedain Beastmaster. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 7. That's 2 progress. Not going to bother discarding a card yet. Okay. So we're alright from the Dunedain Beastmaster because starting threat was 29. So now if I go to the Old Forest Road, I could kill that Forest Spider this round. So I am going to travel there. So travel to the Old Forest Road. After you travel there, first player may choose and ready 1 character he controls. I'll ready Theodred. Right, so it doesn't really matter if I voluntarily engage or not, since the Forest Spider is going to engage me. So engage the Forest Spider. Deal him a shadow card. Really hoping this is the gaze of the Necromancer. So Forest Spider against the Guard of the Citadel. He gets +1 attack when he's attacking, so he already had 2, now he's got 3. He's super dead. Driven by Shadow. Choose and discard 1 attachment from the defending character. If this attack is undefended, discard all attachments you control. Thankfully, the Guard of the Citadel is undefended, and that would really have ruined my day if that had gone on Aragorn and we'd lost Steward of Gondor that early. So Guard of the Citadel is dead. Forest Spider's gone, and that's not a bad treachery to get out of the way. Hit back, 3 from Aragorn, 2 from Theodred, that's 5. On defence, 4 hit points, Forest Spider is dead. Good, both exhausted, end of the round, thread up by 1. On to 30. Everyone readies. May as well just tap Steward of Gondor. Gain a card. Resource on Theodred, resource on Eowyn, and 3 resources on good old Steward of Gondor. Right. So, that's going to leave it. Okie dokie. Steward of Gondor is my drawn card. Wow. That'll be good Eowyn fodder. Right. So, let's start off with Celebrian Stone on Aragorn, so that now he has the same willpower as Eowyn, and he has her symbol, so this is really a one-man party. Okay. That still leaves me with plenty of resources. Obviously down a defender now. I can't afford the Longbeard Orc Slayer or the West Road Traveller, but that Dunedain Beastmaster's not going to be engaging anytime soon. So, I'm going to go with a West Road Traveller for 2 resources. And I'm going to attach the Ancient Matham to the Old Forest Road so that I can get some more cards, because that's something this deck's really going to struggle with. Okie dokie. Right then, questing. I think we're going to send every man, woman and child this time, since I'm only going to get at most, resource goes to Aragorn spends. Since I'm only going to get at most 1 enemy, the Dunedain Beastmaster's not going to engage, and I really want to smash the Old Forest Road and get through as quick as I can. The Great Forest Web. Oh gosh, just occurred to me that the Gaze of the Necromancer would have been horrific there. Great Forest Web, 2 threat, 2 progress, travel. Each player must exhaust 1 hero he controls to travel here. That might not be a bad shout, actually. So that's 4 here. Eowyn is 4. So progress 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 progress. 3 goes on the Old Forest Road, which finishes that. And 4 bleeds over onto the quest, which really irritatingly puts it on 6. I could discard a card to boost it, but that's still not going to finish it. Ancient Matham triggers, because the attached location was explored, so I get to draw 3 cards. Inside the Ancient Matham was another Ancient Matham. Northern Tracker and Guard of the Citadel. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Great cards. Okay, so travel options. Now, I could go to the Great Forest Web. Of course, I could play the Northern Tracker, and then in 2 turns, Great Forest Web will be done without even travelling there. But I'm going to be doing an awful lot of questing again next turn, so there'll already be so much bleed over. So I think the 2 from the Great Forest Web is going to be worthwhile. I don't need to worry about the Beastmaster yet. He's only 2 threat, and I can exhaust Aragorn to travel there. So we'll do that, since Aragorn paid for something he didn't need to do in the end. Excellent. So end of the turn, thread up by 1. Everyone readies. And that's a card. Sneak attack. Great if I see my Gandalfs. Resource on Theodred, resource on Eowyn, and 3 to the big dog. Right. So, again, let's see, we'll go with another Ancient Matham on the Great Forest Web. Keep that card drawer up. A Guard of the Citadel for a little bit of meat. And I can't afford anything else in my hand, so we'll just leave Aragorn with his resources. Right then, so questing. Everyone's going again, except the Mr. Guard of the Citadel. I'm afraid he's sitting at home. Resource to Aragorn. Aragorn spends to ready. The 1 card is... crap. Gaze of the Necromancer. Damn it. So that's a wound to Theodred, a wound to Eowyn, a wound to Aragorn, and it kills the West Road Traveller. Worst card, well, not the worst, there are some horrible cards, but that is... So, only 2 threat there. That's 4, 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, minus 2 is 7 progress. So 2 goes onto there, 5 bleeds over, that's that area done as well. 3 more cards from the Ancient Matham. Ah, wow, we seem to be getting a lot of when they die, a new one turns up. West Road Traveller, Snowborn Scout, yes, perfect. And Hasty Stroke. So that'll give me some insurance against shadows. And the 2 progress on flies and spiders finishes it off. So 2A, a fork in the road. As you move through Mirkwood, hounded by spiders. Well, at the moment, just the one. The forest path forks before you. Unsure of what lies ahead, and spurred by the urgency of the message, you choose a path and proceed. When you defeat this stage, proceed to one of the 2 chosen path stages at random. It's only 2, so given how much I'm questing with at the moment, that should be no problem. Now, I do have the choice here. I could voluntarily engage that Dol Guldur Beastmaster. Aragorn's 3 attack is only going to do 2 wounds, though, and the Dol Guldur Beastmaster is going to completely mush the guard of the Citadel. Only need 2 progress on the next stage, so I'm already sending an awful lot. I've got the Longbeard Orc Slayer in hand, and he'll do a wound when he comes out, and with his 2 attack, combined with Aragorn, and the wound he'll do, that will kill the Longbeard Orc Slayer in 1 turn, so I'm not going to engage. So, end of the turn, everyone refreshes, thread up by 1. So a resource to Theodred, a resource to Eowyn, and 3 to the big dog. Good lord, he's rich. And a card. It's the Dunedain Watcher. Not a bad card, but... Right. So I don't really need the extra questing from the West Road Traveller. The Snowborn Scout could be a good shout to take the crippling hit from the Dol Guldur Beastmaster. Let's see. No, I don't really want anything to take that 3. The only thing in my hand that could possibly take the hit and survive would be the Northern Tracker or Faramir, and I don't really want either of them. I'd rather just throw a lamb. It's a shame not to get the Snowborn Scout's progress ability, but locations aren't too scary at the moment. So, Snowborn Scout, the perfect fodder. There's no location to put his progress on, but that's okay. Let's get a Longbeard Orc Slayer on the board as well. I think I've underestimated how many allies Steward of Gondor would allow me to play. There we go, he's just squeezing on. So that's 4. And when he enters play, he deals 1 damage to each orc in play. Good news. Now the only spirit cards I've got West Road Traveller, Northern Tracker and Hasty Stroke. I'm tempted to keep some resources in pocket. I don't need the questing from the West Road Traveller, so we'll hold fire there. So, questing, it's tea time. Theodred, Eowyn, Aragorn, gets the resource, gives it back. You 3 boys stay at home. Let's see what we're dealing with. Not another Gaze of the Necromancer, please. Oh, joy. King Spider. When revealed, each player must choose and exhaust 1 character he controls. Well, the King Spider's looks like we won't be doing the Dol Guldur Beastmaster assault this turn. So whether I exhaust isn't going to be able to help hit it back. I may as well exhaust the guard of the Citadel. Right. So we're looking at 4 there. Aragorn is 4. That's 5 progress. Finished a fork in the road. Now the real question, can I please get the 10 progress location and not the one where you've got to fight the big blinking spider? Left is best. Yes! Good result. Bjorn's Path. You attempt to follow a secret hidden trail to avoid the enemy. 10 progress tokens needed on it, and I can't defeat the stage if Ungoliant Spawn is in play. So really, really don't want to see Ungoliant Spawn. Right, okay. Well, I don't want to engage that Dol Guldur Beastmaster now, because I won't be able to kill it and the King Spider. So, it doesn't matter if I voluntarily engage this guy or not, he's coming. Right, King Spider, prepare to eat Snowborn Scout. That's another King Spider. Shadow, the defending player must choose and exhaust 1 character he controls. Ah, how frustrating. So, I'll exhaust the Longbeard Orc Slayer. 2 if the attack was undefended. I do have Hasty Stroke in hand. But it's not... This is not the be-all and end-all. since it doesn't really matter if the King Spider is killed or not, since I'll hope to win the game next round. And the Dol Guldur Beastmaster isn't going to engage me, so I'm not going to bother cancelling that effect. Aragorn hits back, 3 attack, -1 for defence. It's 2 wounds. Means the Longbeard Orc Slayer could kill him by himself next turn, which would be good. Okay. Oh, and obviously you are ever so dead, Snowborn Scout. Right. Everyone refreshes. You get promoted, Longbeard Orc Slayer. Everyone refreshes. Threat up by 1. That's a resource to Theodred, resource to Eowyn, and 3 to Mr. Steward, who wears a fancy stone. 1 card. Ever Vigilant, choose and ready 1 ally. Oh, this is the retrospective game, it seems. Okay, so, well, the West Road Traveller seems like an obvious choice because her 2 willpower is going to count for a lot more here than the swords and other characters. So there's that. Northern Tracker isn't really worth it at 4 cost for only 1 willpower. Sneak Attack, though, could get me an extra boost if I needed it, but now Faramir seems like the obvious choice, because I could exhaust Faramir and get everyone a boost, which would be pretty awesome. Of course, even more cheaply, I could Sneak Attack Faramir into play and then exhaust him, and give everyone the boost and get to take him back. But I don't really... The Dunedain Watcher is the other option. She might not be a bad shout. Yeah, we're going to go with that. So we'll squeeze her on if you guys can double up for me, boys. Sorry, allies, you're just not as important as the heroes. So the Dunedain Watcher for 3. And we'll hold on to our resources to... jump in Faramir. Usually I'd keep the sneak attacks to the Gandalfs, but I think I might be able to win it this turn. So, the questing phase. Send Theodred, Eowyn, and Aragorn, the Tea Party. Spend the resource to ready. And we will... Oh, well, technically I should have done this before, probably. Sneak attack for 1. Sneaking Faramir into play. And I will exhaust Faramir and choose a player, myself. And each character controlled by that player gets +1 quest until the end of the phase. So Faramir jumps in to exhaust himself, and I will send everyone else as well. We'll go for an all-or-nothing gamble on this one. So there's 2 in the area, and there's 1, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, this is a foregone conclusion, really. Oh no, a forest gate. However shall we manage? So that was 20 willpower thanks to Faramir's exhaustion. I think we would have possibly done it anyway. Only 4 threat there, so that's 16 progress on Beyond's Path. Finished. So to calculate the score, we've got my threat of 33. Unfortunately, 3 wounds, no victory points, so that takes it up to 36. And that took 4 rounds. So it was 36 in 4 rounds. Well, that one was an unsurprising success. I'm not sure that Banks the Anduin will be quite as joyful, but we'll see. And there's the Tea Party.